We have Survivor Somebody Part 2. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be on.
Well, we already have our drinks. Do you want to crack ours open when you just get started? Wait, try it. You haven't tried it yet.
I haven't. I thought it was going to be way more seltzer, like you were saying, but I can definitely get the hops.
1 to 10, what do you think? Not to put you on the spot.
I don't drink sparkling water much.
Okay.
So I'm going to give it a 7, but mostly due to my not really loving sparkling water.
No, I get that.
But I like the hoppy aftertaste.
I told her the same thing. I don't really drink a lot of sparkling water, but I liked it the best out of the ones I've had. It's super good in the mocktail. I've like down my drink.
I know. We should have refilled. Dang it. We have to know, do you think you do well on Survivor?
1, I don't think I would get on. 2, I don't know. Like there are some scenarios in my head where I'm like, I do well. I have a clear-cut strategy. It works. I play subtle. I play the long game. I peak in the right moments. And then other where I'm like totally paranoid, think everyone is lying to me, or believe everyone, and then I get voted out day 1.
Like your strategy.
Yeah, we're going to gang up on
You got to pair up early. You
right
got to
now.
find a number 1 early, but you got to make sure they don't have a number 1.
Yeah.
And then also be in the right, because let's say we're doing modern format, right? You know, you're in a team of 6.
Yeah.
You got to find the 4.
So you have like a pretty
Yeah, I feel like he would do
I
really
just thought about this.
But I think about it, but it's the execution. I think that's where I fall short. I think I picked the wrong person.
I would pick the wrong person.
Like a certain model of a player, you know? You got like the big guy, the nerdy guy. I think I would maybe fall into that category. You got the older woman.
I feel like you give the vibe everybody would want to work with him, I feel like.
Yes, that's what I'm telling him. Like, everyone would want to work with him. He's like everyone's best friend.
Okay, but is that a blessing or a curse?
I think it would be a blessing. It would take you to the merge. But then people would be like, wait, he's really well connected. And then you'd have to have an idol in your pocket or like a really good like plan.
That is a big downfall, I think, on my part. I would never in a million years find an idol. I'm so bad about finding stuff around the house, let alone in the woods.
Did I tell you I hid an idol in our house?
We literally tried it. I had days. No one else was looking for it.
I left a note and I was like, there's an idol in this house. Have fun finding it. XOXO Jeff.
The XOXO Jeff.
Because he signs all the idols.
Once you get on, she'll just do that every day. Like
that's a good point.
What do you think challenge you would be good at?
I think I would be perfectly average. I think I'd be okay at puzzles.
See, you said you would be good or would not?
I think I would be good at puzzles, but I think like same as you, I'd probably be relatively average. I don't.
That's the thing too.
Great.
Is like, how do you perform under the pressure?
I think I would do better doing it on my own. Like, you know, when it's like the team and they're all counting on you, I would like totally like screw that up.
Yeah.
So once you get to the merge, that's where you peak as a comp piece.
Maybe, and maybe I still suck then. I don't really know.
The standing like for a long time. I think I'm doing bad at those. Or
see, that's what I said. I would do good. I think I would do good.
Well, I have a video of you like doing the challenge with them at home where you had to like stand on your toes and push something between your head.
Should we have a Somebody Society mini challenge day?
Yeah,
with
like a Survivor Somebody event.
Yeah, we just make our own like little challenges for people to do.
We have to go swim in the Ohio River.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have enough Survivor fans.
I think there's a lot out there.
There's a club and they're hiding from us.
Literally.
We need to go find them. But
maybe this will get us like associated with them.
Hit
us up.
Do we have any favorite moments?
I love Boston Rob. He's one of my favorite characters. He's iconic.
Icon.
And when he meets his wife, that whole season is so
that
sweet.
Is wild.
And he like proposes to her. Jay, like on Millennial versus when he votes out Michelle. I love that scene. And I know it's Michaela. Michaela. And
she like loses it on him. And he's like,
she's like, did you do that? And he's like, I did it. I like her a lot on the challenge, and I liked him a lot on Survivor. I don't really like him on the challenge.
The challenge is nothing but like meatheads for the guys.
Yeah.
And so it's like he's kind of putting on a bit of a false bravado. In Survivor, he can kind of be top dog. Like he can be a little bit of an alpha, and then he tries to bring it over, and they like call him out.
When Chris won that one season, and it was Redemption Island or like Castaway Island or something like that, he was like one of the first few people voted out, and then he kept making his way back into the game, and then he won. Well, he was also on the challenge. He's very cute, up there with Boston Rob. You remember now?
He's the one on the challenge that like nobody wanted to partner with him, right?
And he won the challenge.
Yeah,
so he was at Final Four with immunity. And I'm sure that's how.
I love a good like underdog moment.
He coasted because he didn't have to like plot or plan or like vote or anything.
Christian, it was a immunity challenge where you just had to stand and hold your spot. But he won it because he just annoyed the crap out of everyone around him.
8-hour challenge.
He's like, Jeff, can I bring up something to you? And just go on rants about like history or theories and stuff and just like annoy people.
I do remember this. Nerd. Alex, he was that blonde. Alec was a blonde guy.
Yeah. Who was on White Lotus.
He was on White Lotus.
Mike White, shout out. That would be what I do. Just like get in people's heads. Like, and then another one of my all-time favorite players moments was Cochran. Cochran flipped on all the like people that were kind of being dicks to him and being rude, and they were all like admonishing him like, you're nothing. And then Russell Haynes of all people stands up where he was like, y'all have been nothing but me.
I for some reason, like, I'm not saying I don't believe you because I don't really remember, but I cannot picture Cochran and Russell being on the same team. Or was it Brandon? Or was it Russell?
Brandon. Yeah,
okay,
Brandon.
That's what I'm thinking. Never mind.
I might be totally misremembering that.
We're just picking our moments and like putting together.
We're making our own seasons up in my head.
Do we have any like least favorite moments? Or like
I've got a few, and they're like controversial ones.
Oh, I want to hear.
Outed someone as being a trans person.
Oh yeah, that was horrible.
And like tried to like Zeke,
yes.
cover it up as like a game moves, and then he walked it back and he was like, I didn't know. Season 39 as a whole, least favorite. Like that was the one where the guy was like very inappropriate, touching the girls on the island.
Oh yeah, Janet threw herself under the bus
because she was like, I'm standing up for
and
them.
Then they did it, and like, come on, like
it was hard to watch.
Well, one, there was a bunch of stuff about like him, like he should have been just kicked off like way earlier, and so it was like Janet has to sacrifice her game.
Who was the guy?
He was like a talent agent dude from Los Angeles. Just like, okay, that is already a red flag. And it's like people are saying that he's being inappropriate. They didn't listen until like the end, and then they kick him off for. I think he like put his hand on a producer's leg.
Oh yeah, because he finally like was like patting down a producer or something. It's like, the producer you touch and you get kicked out, but the player like
it's okay.
I don't know.
Do you guys remember Spencer,
Casey, Cassidy? We're like not super fans at all, not knowing these names. But yes, go ahead.
I know. I feel like I thought I knew everything, and then I'm like sitting here talking.
Yeah. Okay.
There was a girl on his tribe, and she was so mad. I can't remember what she was mad over, and she like ruined all their rice. Like she burnt it all, or she just like threw it somewhere. I don't know what she did, but she somehow like ruined all their rice. And they end up actually keeping her that night, I'm pretty sure. And I was like, what?
I kind of love that. I don't know why more people don't do that stuff. Like if you know you're going out, sabotage everyone else.
I've thought about before. Yes. I don't know if I'd actually do this, but when I'm leaving, I wonder if you can do this or not. Being like, by the way, so-and-so has an idol.
Like what are they going to do? I always wanted.
I want to say somebody did that one time.
But yeah, like what are they going to do? They're just going to not air it and then pretend like they can't, like sure you might get kicked off or maybe you don't get paid or something. I don't know.
You always say that it's like the people's strategy is to like do something kind of bad, kind of annoying, but then people are like, oh, I'm going to keep you.
Andy this season.
Yeah, Andy, because it's like, oh, you're going to keep them because they're weak so you can bring them to the end, and then they slowly start manipulating behind the scenes.
I think that might be my strategy.
I think his strategy was to be like, I'm going to faint on day 3. Faint for faking it, and then be like, I'm so down in the dumps, I hate this. So then he could be being like, I fainted on day 3 and now I'm sitting in the final 3.
He was very smart.
He was. And then with all the percentages and stuff, everyone's like, your math doesn't work.
It wasn't correct, but like nobody there is checking him.
Like I would just believe what he said. I would be like, oh my God, yeah, so true. So true, bestie.
Right.
Do you think you would find an idol?
I think I could find an idol.
You think you could find one?
But guys, like I was telling her, I was like, watch me get down here and I'm like hyping myself up. And if I ever got on the show and I bombed it and there's like physical proof of this, not embarrassing. I don't know if I could do it and not get caught. Like,
I would be getting caught. Yeah. I'd be like, let's all go, guys.
You find an idol. What are you doing? You telling anyone? You telling your number one?
Okay. Yeah.
No, I'm not telling anybody.
Okay. What? And then they find you. What do you do?
Like they find me with the idol in my hand.
Throw it? You're throwing it? Okay.
I would be like, oh my God, I was about to come find you. Look what I just got.
I feel like you had to pull that.
Okay. Yeah. If it's anywhere near merge, you don't tell a soul.
Yeah. But if you keep it for a long time, then like once they get so far, I just think I don't know if I could tell anybody. And I think I would be so paranoid about like if I told the wrong person.
Yeah. We talk about like having like bad strategies. Like I think I would talk too much. I think I would talk to the wrong person, or I would get like extremely paranoid. I don't know.
See, that's why like I think I would be able to keep it under wraps, but then a part of me is like, do I just give myself too much credit? Like how self-aware am I really? Like, you know what I mean? Right. I think my main flaw would be probably be good at making friends in there.
Yeah, you would be great at making friends.
Would I just become like someone that they're like she rode coattails because not that I couldn't make strategy, but would I be like scared to?
Right. You cannot be the leader of a tribe. Like you cannot be the one person
And the people that win like 4 in a row, it's like, bro, you got to keep this up now because you're going home.
At some point, you just start throwing it. Like, you do not win 2 in a row. You win 1, you throw the next one.
What do we think if Jeff Probst is going to stay around for a while?
What's his age? Does anybody know?
Let me Google it.
Where
he's 63.
I knew he was getting up there.
Kansas?
You look good though.
Why is that what you noticed?
You know, like he dated this player before in the past. Did you guys know?
Yes.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow. That's like a teacher dating one of the
I
students when they
know.
graduate.
Do you think he would ever play?
No.
Do you think he'd be a quitter? Even though Jeff hates quitters.
Which era Jeff are we getting if he's playing? Like, does he bring out his roots of like early days, like when he would be yelling at people in the challenges?
I feel like he's too nice now.
That's what I'm saying.
I know. He's like grandfather.
First off, I don't
respectfully.
Who would replace him?
That's what I was gonna ask.
TJ Lavin.
Can you imagine? He really hates quitters.
Can we talk about there being too many super fans that play?
Yeah. No, that's
like
fair.
that's what I was thinking of. Like, it would have to be someone like younger to replace him, but anyone now is like too much of a super fan that they would just like completely butcher Jeff's role.
Mm-hmm. Would you think it should be someone from here or just like a TV show like personality?
I kind of feel like it should be like
you think they go the Jeopardy route, like the Ken Jennings taking over from Alex Trebek?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
What do you think?
I don't think I could see, like, off the top of my head, picture anyone else doing it.
Right?
Cochran. How old is Cochran?
No way. He could not do it. That
Yeah,
man would be sunburned. Okay, also, sorry. That is my biggest flaw. I get sunburned day one, and I make it everyone's problem, and they're all really annoyed at me, and I get voted out right away.
During the team challenges, like, let's say, and I feel like typically pretty early, there will be someone, and they're like, hey, I know I'm not good at this, like, I'm going to sit it out, or I know I'm not good at this, and then they'll get mad at them. They'll be like, they didn't even want to try, like, they don't even want to do it. But then there's other people that'll be like, oh, I'm really good at that, and they'll do it and bomb, and they're like, why did they do that?
Ooh.
So, like, that's my biggest fear, too.
You said this, you don't want to let anyone down.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'd be like, I'm okay at puzzles, but like don't put the pressure on me. I feel like if you're upfront, be like, I can do it, but I'm not good.
Sorry, I want to go back to the Jeff conversation.
Yes.
Does the show die with Jeff? Not saying Jeff dies in this scenario, but like if he wants to go, does the show go?
Does it stop at season 50 and die with Jeff?
I don't
No, that would make me so sad. Like, guys, you can't stop till I come on. So
right.
whenever that is. Who's
like,
some other iconic players?
Like Parvati, Sandra. Ooh, Sandra would be.
I could see Suri
I
hosting.
love Suri.
What's better than a bitter jury or like the super fan jury that's like respect the gameplay?
I think the latter, super fan jury.
I do too.
I will go on the record. I hate watching Final Tribal. It just gives me so much anxiety. It feels like you're just giving a presentation and everyone's just like trying to get you to say the wrong thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I would bomb that. That's one thing I would bomb because I hate public speaking.
I would.
You could do it,
but if I had a strategy and it actually worked, I feel like I could be like.
You could recap your game well.
Yeah, I would ramble though. They'd have to go. They'd have to like have a bell to turn me off because I ramble too much. But like, I think I could. I don't know if I would win based off my argument, but I at least could be like X, Y, Z winner.
This season, Boston Rob won. It was like the one. I think it's the only time he's won.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's sitting with that girl he brought that's like 19, and like she was definitely did not play a good game. But that lady says to her like, "Do you think your mom will be proud of how you played this game?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Yeah, I do." And she was like, "If you were my daughter and you let a man control your whole game, I would be so disappointed in you," or something like that.
Yeah.
And I would be like, "Oh,
you don't have to say that in front of America."
You know that one guy from the Blood versus.
I
think it was that season. He's like going off on. I think it's the mom because the daughter was voted out.
Yeah,
and he's like calling her the evil stepmom.
Yes. What was his name?
The daughter was like, she's a mother or something.
Yeah, and he was like, that's fine that she's a mother. Yeah.
You're still a little brat.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Colton. Do you remember him?
No, who is that?
Serial quitter. He quit twice, didn't he?
Twice.
I don't know why they kept putting him on the show.
He was like really into the game, and he was like really chatty and wanted to like partner with the girls, and then all of a sudden he would like have a medical episode that wasn't real, and then he just like was like I'm gonna leave because I'm so sick, and then he came on with his boyfriend, and the boyfriend was cool and tried to like keep him at bay, and then he quit again.
Guys, we watched the show. I promise.
We promise. We just are bad at names.
We watched too much of the show.
Yeah, it all blurs together.
But I wanted to like drop some names. Coach.
Oh yes,
OG
icon. The first season watching Coach, I was like, I cannot stand this guy. He's insane. He's a pathological liar. Second time watching, I'm like, this guy's insane. He's a pathological liar. I love him. Like, he's crazy. I've never met a single person like him. Like, I just started to love him. I don't know how I did a full 180 on him.
He seemed like a genuine nice guy.
He's doing great now.
Oh well, then that's perfect.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for him.
Tyson.
Tyson's awesome.
He's one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah. Philip?
Oh, that was the guy on Boston Rob's season that he carried to the end.
He was Boston Rob's like puppet.
Right-hand man.
And he had the red
I do remember
He was
him.
ex-CIA.
Oh my gosh! Like some of the sometimes I just feel bad for them, like because I know how they're being perceived. Like, oh my gosh, what's his name? Wait, you go first because I got to think of it.
I was gonna say I can't remember his name, but the guy a few seasons back, or maybe the first season we watched together, who was quit smoking the day before.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy. That's insane.
He was like everyone really liked him. He was just like the biggest redneck. He was like so out of shape. Somehow people loved him, and then he was like, "I can't do this."
That was the season Denise won. Denise and Malcolm. Do you remember that pair?
That's an icon.
That's
I love Malcolm.
I do too,
and he's gorgeous. I like James. Do you guys remember James?
Yes, he's early. Oh wait,
he went home with like two idols, and it was like
the big dude.
Yes.
Yeah. Which he like tore both his ACLs and then tried to race someone on the beach, and I was like, "Dog, what are you doing?"
That's called dedication.
Like,
I remember the long-haired guy. And I can't remember what season he was on. He did 2 seasons. He wasn't very smart.
I don't want to.
Wait, is it Joe?
Yes. Is that who you're talking about?
Yes.
Wait,
Yeah.
yes, I remember him.
I don't like him.
I think
his just like
I thought he was also good looking. This is just turning into all my crushes.
No, Connor, I have to bring this person up.
Go for it.
Keith.
Keith. Keith.
I was gonna mention him too.
Icon. Rest in power. King. Oh my
gosh.
Did
you die?
That's not funny. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
Because we were laughing, and then
Can we please have a moment of silence for Keith?
Yeah, please. That's how we'll end the episode.
This sparkling water goes to you and your son Wes.
Salute.
Cheers. No, he was awesome.
Your son Wes.
He was like, yeah,
bro, I'm so
Wes.
sad
He gets in some trouble, but no, he was awesome. He just floated around. He like nearly threw a move in the middle of a tribal. I remember there's one scene
he was literally like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, there was one scene where like 3 people, like late game, were like planning a move. And just in the background of the shot, you see Keith just on the shore fishing. He turns around and looks at the people, completely ignores it, just goes back.
Because he kind of like waves, like, hey, do I need to be a part of this? And then they just ignore him.
Do you remember when he drove the buggy? Like, he drove the motorcycle? Like, they had a reward. He was one of a kind.
I love when Jeremy's trying to talk to him, and he's, like, snapping, and Keith's just, like, not paying attention. It's, like, my favorite meme. And Jeremy's like...
I feel like we should all mention, like, maybe top 3 players.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Jeremy, Tyson, and then I think Cochran.
Parvati.
Ooh, yeah. How have we not mentioned her enough?
I
know.
She's queen of the game.
Okay,
Parvati's queen.
My top 3, I think, are Boston Rob. I love him. I've mentioned him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Tony, I think Tony's good. I think he's a little crazy sometimes, but I love Tony.
Okay,
it's Siri.
Or Siri.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm on my phone too much. I swear you're my top 3. Siri.
Okay.
Wait, I said it again. Hold on, take 3. Siri.
Okay.
So, and then I like Sarah, who played with Tony. I like
Man, okay, I'm sorry.
Ooh,
she's in one of my least favorite players.
Really?
I mean,
I
she's a cop. I cannot. Anytime a cop's on the show, I'm rooting against him.
You know Tony?
I don't like Tony that much. He's a great player though, and he's weird enough that it's like he comes around like that man tries so
like the
hard.
spy trap he did.
Yeah, it's like that's iconic. But like Sarah was mean.
Okay,
people.
but you gotta give her credit because she snuck into the other camp.
She is an all-time
stole something in the middle of the night. It was like a challenge.
I think she's like a beast.
She just won once.
Okay.
I don't know.
And then she won the challenge.
Yes. Ooh, that's what pisses me off though.
Because that was when everybody quit, right?
Yeah, it's like
the Sudoku on that season was like someone took a screenshot of it and it was like, this is not solvable. This is an incorrect thing that they made.
So we'll have to do this for like other TV
I think we'll have to do the challenge. Connor does like Love Island, so we'll have to do Love Island.
I'm getting into it. Last season was great.
I'll do a solo Big Brother, or when you can watch it this year and then we can talk about it.
I'll come on just to be a hater.
Thank you all for chatting. Survivor Somebody's. Ready to watch the next season. This will come out right after it airs. So
you say the somebody has spoken.
Yeah.
The somebody has spoken.
I don't know if that is grammatically correct, but
it works.
It works.
I also don't like sticking my hands in holes.
Bro, I'm gonna look up who Chris is.
I think we figured out my strategy.
I have secondhand embarrassment for him.
You're throwing it? Okay. Here's what I
grew up with him for real.
He raised you. I've heard he laughs like a middle school bully in like a Disney Channel movie.
Yeah,